Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. The day has come. The Stanley Cup playoffs is here. Welcome to the second year of Hockey Playoff Edition. I am Miguel Mike Medina, and we have Jim Behringer here, who is someone new that I'm bringing into season two of Hockey Playoff Edition. Jim, Panthers, Bruins. We have the Bruins, the number one team this year. Last year it was the Panthers who won the President's Trophy. And in hockey, number one seed doesn't matter. The last team that won the President's Trophy and went on to win the Stanley Cup were the 2013 Chicago Blackhawks. Who do you have in this series?
Well, first off, Mike, thanks for having me on here. Playoff edition, the Stanley Cup playoffs begin. As you said, puck drops tonight. It's going to be amazing. Second season is here. Best time of year. But as you said, President Trophy, Boston Bruins, look, they got a little bit of a stomach bug going through their lineup. There's uncertainty of who's going to play, who the starting goaltender is going to be. So the way the Panthers have been playing, I can see Florida taking game one. But again, we won't know really until game time. But I think the way the Boston Bruins have been playing, I have no doubt in my mind that the Bruins should win this series. And they really should make a trip to the Stanley Cup final, considering the historic season that they had. 65 wins, breaking the old record. I know everybody wants to talk about Tampa and Columbus, what happened. But good teams like Boston figure out a way to do it. I know Florida's playing well, but Alex Line had a great end of the season. I don't know if he can do it in the playoffs. I think it's Boston's time to shine.
I have Boston winning in 5 games. I give Florida that much respect. Florida has been playing well. I am so looking forward to the matchup between Matthew Tkachuk and Brett Marchand. That is a matchup that I'm dying to see. But Bruins should not take the Panthers lightly. This was a team that was number one last year. They are entering the postseason as one of the hottest teams right now. So if I'm Boston, I will not be overconfident. I will not be overzealous against the Panthers.
No, I would not be overzealous either and overconfident that the Panthers are a good team and they're playing well. And guess what? That's what happens when playoff teams are, that were from last year are struggling this year and trying to get in. Now, that being said, Boston has a better roster. You mentioned Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk was a detriment last year to the Calgary Flames because he was just too physical and got off his game. I think he just needs to stick to offense. He's a very physical player. But if it's not Brad Marchand getting to him, it'll be Tyler Bertuzzi, Nick Foligno, all those guys. Florida, we know what they can do. Look, they brought in Paul Maurice for a reason. They made changes last year because they got swept by Tampa in the second round and probably should have lost to Washington if it wasn't for Carter Verhaeghe. And I think Carter Verhaeghe is going to be an X factor in this series if Florida wants to win. He's got to do what he did last year for the Panthers to advance.
Most definitely, Panthers Bruins tonight at 7 on ESPN. Now let's go to one of my favorite matchups, the rematch of last season, Kings versus Oilers. Oh, I'm wearing the jersey, we're crying out loud, but I am so looking forward to that matchup. I do feel that the Oilers are much better this year than last year, but both teams during the trade deadline, they got better. That's what makes this matchup so intriguing. The Kings kind of gave the Oilers a little bit of scare last year when they took them to 7 games. I will say that this series will also go to 7 games with the Oilers coming out on top. The Kings, they have Kempe, they have Moore, they have all these guys that are stepping up. And then you have the Oilers. We know what Connor McDavid can do, but Leon Draisaitl is having a mesmerizing season. Nugent Hopkins is having a great season as well. I feel that the X factors will be Zach Hyman and Evander Kane. If those two come through, they're going to be very tough to beat, but I have the Oilers in 7 games.
Yeah, I like the Oilers in this series as well. Now, we talk about, what the offense the Oilers have, and it's been great. First team since 95-96 Penguins to have 300-point players on the team. We know what Connor McDavid did, wins the Rocket, wins the Art Ross. You have 2 guys with 50-plus goals. Hyman's played well. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I'm interested to see now that Evander Kane's healthy, starting to play well. Look, back end much improved because of the Matthias Ekholm trade. It slots everybody perfectly. Evan Bouchard's having a great time. He's playing well. Let's see what they get from Stuart Skinner. You give the kind of the edge to Korpisalo in this round, maybe Gavrikov too. But look, they played 4 times this year in the regular season. McDavid only had, I believe, 3 points, 3 goals. He didn't really have a lot. They were able to slow him down through the neutral zone. But Connor McDavid this year is a different player than he was last year. And he has an edge to him, and he wants to win. And look, can Adrian Campbell be the guy that he was in the regular season against this Oilers team? We don't know. Drew Doughty's back. The Kings didn't have him last year. So there's a lot of intriguing matchups in this series. Can the Kings slow down the Oilers? Because this Oilers offense is great and their power play is clicking, and the Kings need to stay out of the penalty box if they have any chance of making it a 7-game series.
I like that you mentioned Stuart Skinner. I feel that he's going to be a huge important piece to the Oilers' success. So we're going to be paying close attention to see how he will answer the bell against this Kings team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, the Jack Campbell storyline is going to be there for what he got paid, but Skinner's been the man right now, and he's playing really well. And look, the Oilers took the last couple games from the Kings to clear. McDavid had a big goal late in there. So they have home ice. They were challenging for the top spot in the Pacific, didn't get it. But, Edmonton and LA, they always play these physical matchups. It's always fun. Last year was great. And look, Jonathan Quick played out of his mind last year for LA, but he's no longer with the team. Let's see if they can get, Korpisalo to do what he did when, Columbus took out Tampa Bay back in 2019. So there's a lot of players to watch in here. Maybe Kopitar, what's he going to do? Fiala. The Kings have a nice roster, but let's see, are they ready to take the next step? Because they ran into a good Oilers team, and this Oilers team only got better, and they're hungry. And I think they're going to follow the Colorado model of last year, just play with speed, good defense, and get average goaltending. And when Skinner needs to make a stop, he's going to have to make the stop.